In this video, we're going to talk about what is the best way to learn trading as a beginner. Stay tuned. Hey traders, a very warm welcome to you. So this could be hours long, this video, but I'm going to keep it short, I'm going to keep it concise, and I'm going to give you a few steps to the best way that I believe you should start trading if you are brand new. You've never placed a trade before, you've got no idea what the market is, you don't know what you're doing. This is what I recommend. Okay, number one, pick one market. So you can get a free charting platform. You can go on any of the websites out there, FinViz, TradingView, or you can open a demo account with InterTrader. Anything you like, just pick one market. Now that could be a forex market, Euro USD, GBP USD, USD JPY. This might sound like gobbledygook for you now if you're brand new, but these are currency pairs. You can either pick one of those, you could pick gold, you could pick crude oil, you could pick DAX, you could pick FTSE, you could pick Dow, you could pick Nasdaq. I wouldn't at this point pick a stock. I would either choose from one currency pair, which is one of the more popular things that people trade, or one index, the DAX or the FTSE, or gold or crude oil, or like I say, something like that. Doesn't matter what it is for now, just pick whichever one you think you'd like to trade. You don't have to overcomplicate it. At the moment in time, we're just trying to get you to look at what makes a market move and start to get familiar with a price chart and to get familiar with patterns and stuff. So it doesn't matter what we're picking. Later on, in the second stage, the third stage of the process, you can refine it and pick something that's a little bit more suited to your personality and style. But at the moment, we just want to get you in front of a screen and just seeing how everything works. So pick a market. Again, choose whichever kind of takes your fancy, but just one. Don't take the fall into the trap of saying, well, actually, I'll pick four. For now, we just want to pick one because we just want to get good at seeing how one operates and one moves. Now, watch that market for 2 weeks. It might sound like a long time, but honestly, once you've got it up, and say you're using demo on InterTrader or using another site just to see the chart, you want to get the chart up, you want to put a candlestick chart up on a daily, on a 15-minute, on an hourly. You might, in between these two, just kind of want to start looking at perhaps charts as in, how they work, the basics. That's going to be a couple of videos on YouTube at best. What a 15-minute chart is, an hourly chart is, a daily chart, candlestick, how a candlestick is formed, just those simple things. Couple of hours of study and you'll be up to speed on that, no problem at all. But then you want to watch that market for 2 weeks. You want to watch it on a daily time frame, smaller time frames. You just want to note the price levels down. So you're not having any kind of this is number 3 actually. You're not actually having any kind of goal here, but it's just observation. Just observe the market and say, hey, I saw this price push up to this level here, and then it came down straight away again. I don't know why. Or this time I saw it push up to this level, and then it stayed there for a day and then went even higher. Again, I don't know why. Whatever. You're just starting. All I want is to see that you're starting to see the chart. You can see the price action. You can see how candles are formed. The biggest trap that we want to avoid when we're starting out is going super complicated too soon, because you start then looking at indicators and patterns and things without just understanding price movement, which is the key to the whole game. I don't care if you're an automated trader. I don't care if you're using a systemized approach, indicators. You've got to have to have long-term success. You've got to have an understanding of price, what moves price, supply and demand. So just noting down your observations for 2 weeks is a great thing to do. You're noting down what you see, what happens. Again, you might not have any structure to it, but you're just kind of saying, hey, I watched it this morning and I saw that we didn't move a lot. What time was this? This was this time, was this time of day. Okay, I watched it now and we suddenly spiked off into the distance. Why was that? I don't know. But then you're going to have something to work from. You're going to then say, okay, I've watched this market for 2 weeks. I know the price. I know the kind of highs we went to, the lows we went to, how it behaves during certain time periods. I've taken notes. I've analyzed those notes. I've printed off the charts. And so I'm ready now to kind of develop maybe a strategy from it. So we go to number 4. We study chart and candlestick patterns separately. So we look now, again, we can use our YouTube videos, we can use books, whatever it may be, but we start to look at some of the patterns that we might want to look for in the market. And we've already watched the market. So the good thing about watching the market first and then reading the book or watching the video, and we'll say, oh, look, a bullish engulfing candlestick, or oh, look, you know, spinning top, or a wick, or head and shoulders. Ah, I remember seeing something like that when I was watching the market for 2 weeks. Let me go back and look. Ah, yeah, there was one. Okay, right, that makes sense. And yes, it did do that, or no, it didn't. And so you can start to mesh the two things together a lot easier than if you were just reading a book from scratch and they're showing you kind of all the perfect examples and you say, well, okay, let me go and look now. And then you start getting excited and you go and look and you start trying to trade them. This is kind of take it in reverse. So you can see the price action first, and then you look at the patterns that are potentially profitable for you and you can match them up and say, actually, yeah, I did see that. So studying your chart and candlestick patterns from a book or from a video or course or whatever that may be. Okay, number 5, just as we said, linking your study with the observations. So you're looking at the observations that you've made in your 2 weeks of looking at that one particular market, and you're matching it up with what you've read in the books or what you've learned. And this is going to ping on loads of light bulbs for you, because it's going to be confusing at first. First 2 weeks, you haven't got a clue what you're looking at. I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm just looking at lines on a chart. It makes no sense to me. I know that a green one means it's going up, red one means it's going down. I don't know where it's going to go. That's the point. You're just noting stuff down. Then when you start to learn some of the patterns, you can mesh them together. And then now we kind of take a bit of a leap here and we pick 2 strategies to demo or paper trade. Probably better off demo trading, you know, open up a demo account with InterTrade or whatever it may be, and just say, you know what, I'm going to pick 2 strategies. From my book, I've seen 2 simple strategies, 2 simple candlestick patterns, 2 simple chart patterns, whatever. At this point in time, we're not trying to be too clever. We're not trying to become, you know, the next Paul Tudor Jones. You literally want to get used to executing on the demo platform, executing the process of executing, the process of actually, you know, learning about the market, seeing a pattern set up, and then making the trade on it. Not worried about, at the moment with demo, we're not worried about kind of the position size or the risk or whatever. We're just purely starting to bring it together. So analyzing, recognizing a setup, you know, that may be your chart pattern, and these may not be profitable over time, but the point is it's the process. So you've done your analysis, you've seen the chart pattern you want to take. Okay, now you're just sitting waiting. So this is building that patience muscle. If you've got 2 strategies, you're going to be waiting a long time. You're going to find a way of alerting yourself. You're going to kind of dig into the platform, so you kind of set alerts for this. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I place my ticket? Do this, do that. But with a structure behind it, rather than just learning everything, you're learning it with the point of picking just 2 simple strategies. And then from then on, we're going to look to kind of really developing that, really then going into risk management. So, you know, where your capital is going to be allocated, how much capital you're going to allocate. And you can really go down that rabbit hole then of deciding, you know, what you're going to do and become more focused on where you're going to trade, what strategies you're going to trade, you know, how much capital you're going to allocate, the time you're going to allocate, and then build your trading plan. But at the beginning, this is a perfect way to get started. If you're completely brand new, then this is a great way to do it. Rather than kind of jump straight into that second phase of what I'm going to trade properly and putting money in an account, this is well worth spending a month or so on just to get down, pick your market, watch it for 2 weeks, take some notes, study separately chart or candlestick patterns. You may find you don't want to trade chart or candlestick patterns or these panels. It doesn't matter. The point is we're bringing it all together. Link the study with the observations and then pick 2 strategies from your study that you want to use and demo or trade it in that one market that you've been looking at. Great starting point. You're going to have way more information and a much better foundation just from this 3 or 4 week period than most people do when they just go headfirst into trading and are running around like a headless chicken. All right, guys, thumbs up if you like this kind of stuff. See you in the next one. Take care. Goodbye.